Just talk about that. Just talk about that.
Okay. There's a lot of people in here.
Wow, this is a big room. Wow, and I thought I was going to have to pull stuff out of him. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the panel with Joonas. Is it Suotamo?
Suotamo means swamp worm in Finnish, so it's definitely Suotamo.
Wow. I just called a giant a swamp worm. I'm a dead man. The goal, of course, is to make this interactive, to get you involved, to have you ask your questions, to make sure you're getting what you want to hear from the really tall guy beside me. I can start things off. My name is Brian Slowly. I'm with the 501st. I'm the noisy guy you hear asking you to blast a trooper. I've been lucky enough to have conversations with certain Star Wars celebrities. One was Peter Mayhew. I put a question to Peter because I was curious. In the costume, what is more difficult, snow or sand and dirt? Now, I know his answer. What was your experience?
It's definitely sand and dirt. Now, you don't know why I know this, but let me assure you, I've filmed in sand and snow, and it's not pleasant. Yeah, it gets in your eyes, and you have to constantly be facing away from the wind, because you don't want that sand in your eye. No, no.
Sand is irritating. I've heard that before in a different movie. It gets everywhere, I think, is what the line is.
It does, really.
That's Peter actually said that it was snow. Snow was the most frustrating thing because...
Really?
Well, I don't know what the costume is made of anymore. Back then, it was yak hair.
Right, it still is, yeah, from yak belly, to be specific, because all the other yak body parts produce hair that is too coarse to be used, and yak belly hair is just the right right texture, apparently. So I traveled to Tibet and I caught those yaks, and it was great because, yeah, I got some exercise and got to meet some monks, and yeah, it was great. I don't know where yaks come from, but
Wow.
I didn't have to do it myself. They ordered from Amazon, I think.
Okay. I
No,
never knew
definitely
that.
not. I don't know where they ordered them from. Oh, my phone is ringing.
Okay, so you want to get that?
That's right.
Hey, brother. Boy, yeah, I got you.
Please stand by.
I got you a video greeting from Hodor. Yeah. All right. I'll call you after this panel. Okay. Mä soitan sulle tämän jälkeen. Moi. Yeah. Sorry about that. Had to,
I have no idea.
He's been asking for a video greeting from Hodor, and I got him one. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, now,
We're all people. I'm a person. I got to hug it out with Manuel Bennett today. So I mean, a little bit psyched. Yeah.
what's been your favorite con experience so far? Like, anything crazy happen at these conventions for you?
I think the collective excitement of the fans is the best thing. Like, to see, like, you come to these cons from, you might have had a tough day with a baby or something, and then you come to these cons and it's just, people are so excited to meet you, and everyone's so happy, and you get to contribute something to people's lives, I feel. Nothing, life-changing, sure, or it could be, for some, but, it's not like I'm a scientist who fixes up, major problems, or a doctor, but definitely contributing something means a lot to me, and thank you very much for being here for a cause that's certainly a very happy one. Thank you.
Did any of you have any questions? Because I can talk all day. Go right ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I have two questions. They're going to be quick. First off, what was your initial reaction to Han Solo's death in Force Awakens?
Yeah, hashtag spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen the movie, shame on you. Yeah, it was. It definitely. It was very emotional to watch that being filmed and to film all the to be making all the reaction because we filmed it in separate, in the same soundstage, but in separate moments. Because it was a large space. Very, very tragic. I think it was. Everyone was very, very quiet when they were filming that. It was just Adam Driver and Harrison on that bridge, and it was very, very emotional to everyone.
And my second question is, what does pork meat taste like, and what kind of barbecue sauce would you recommend?
I recommend HP Barbecue Plus. I don't know. As you could see from in The Last Jedi, I turned away at the last second from tasting that pork because they're just so damn cute, those things, and couldn't do it. Wasn't man enough. Thank you very much.
Okay, now this gentleman had his hand up, and then there's a young man at the back of the room that'll have a question. You, sir.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
So I was wondering, how do you see through that Chewbacca costume?
I see fine, actually. It's a very, I move fine because it's not very inhibiting. My jeans probably are more inhibiting than the suit. So yeah, I move fine. The only problem with the Chewbacca suit is I have to wear, because I'm only 7 feet tall, I have to wear a small bit of heels. Most of the time. Sometimes they just say, you're too damn tall, take those heels off, put on the stunt feet, and then I'm back to my only 7 feet tall mode. So it's very forgiving, the suit, in terms of everything. I can play basketball, I can dunk, I can play defense, I could take on any of those guys at the Toronto Raptors, I'm sure.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh.
Not this form, but give me the suit and we'll talk, okay?
I meant, which part of the costume do you see through? Is like the eyes or the neck?
Yeah, definitely the eyes. It's my eyes, and you can see my eyes. So if you can see my eyes, the rule is I can see you through those through those eyes. Is there any more complicated answer to that? Yeah, it's definitely the reason I got the role, actually, this is a very important story, is because J.J. Abrams had been making movies for a long time before The Force Awakens came along. And he had found out that he had tried using, I hear, these contact lenses to, make people's eye color change. And he had not had a good experience with those because, I don't know, I assume it was because if you try to change someone whose eyes are brown into blue through contacts, it will turn, the eye color will be so saturated that it will look unreal. So the big reason why I got this Chewbacca part was because they wanted a real, true, blue-eyed 7-footer to play it. And that narrowed it down sufficiently for me, and I got the role. Because if you know someone who has blue eyes, is 7 feet, is a funny guy, can act, come talk to me.
Interesting. Now that young man at the back of the room with his hand up, Spider-Man.
Excellent. Spider-Man, shoot. I told earlier today, right now I would have loved to play one of the snowspeeder pilots in Empire Strikes Back. I think the snowspeeders were very ingenious, and I just realized the other day, one of my childhood heroes was Dak, who was Luke's co-pilot in the snowspeeder fight, who tragically lost his life serving his Hoth base, and that is the most honorable way to go, I think. Yeah,
Wow,
thank
the
you.
nerd is
Yeah,
strong.
Yeah, the
Okay.
nerd is strong. I just remembered this like last week, that it was Dak who was really, it epitomized to me the like serve your country or like be heroic was what I lived by in life. I always wanted to be that. Yeah.
Okay.
Such a nerd. Sorry. Sorry.
No comment.
That's
So,
me.
Do you have a part 2?
Funny. He's funny. He's so funny. He refuses to stop complimenting me for my height, and he says he's so good looking. That guy. He's such a cool guy. You know, he is always treats people the same, and I have so much respect. Harrison? They have a different way about them, I would say, but both equally charming and great to work with, for sure.
Perfect. Okay. Well, the young lady in green or teal or whatever that color is. Oh, young man. Sorry. My bad. I'm back here. Long hair. I'm sorry. Oh, stop it. Go right ahead.
How hot was your Wookiee costume? How hot?
It was equal to a Finnish sauna that's been on for 6 hours. And no, not quite as hot, but it can get quite hot, especially on in the sound stages. They don't bring out the fan unless Chewbacca yells, "Can somebody give me a fan, please?" They don't. Special effects doesn't bring out the fan unless I do that. And before that, it's very still. The air is very still. We're shooting a lot of takes and waiting around, and it just heats up throughout the course of the day, and gives me a nice sweat, so that nobody wants to hug me towards the end of the day. Does everybody have a two-part question? Is this a Canadian thing? What's your two-part question? What's your second part?
Does your Wookiee costume smell?
And it's not because of my natural odor. It's only because it needs to be cleaned out. Maintaining the Wookiee costume, Maria Cork, who is my main handler, will tell you that it requires lots of cleaning after we've been shooting for 2 weeks, for example. It needs to be completely cleaned, and they use tea tree oil and vodka. Yeah. It's making Star Wars is fun also. And they spray it out completely, and they need to brush it out, and multiple suits were made for Solo, for example. I think they made like 4 or 5 or even 6 suits for myself, and that's a lot of suits. I can't remember which one, but many suits, and they need to be reset after shooting day. They need to be combed out, brushed out, because otherwise they get this matte look and not the fluffy, hairy look that you're used to seeing. So it takes a lot of care. And I asked to borrow one of the suits to come to here, but they said no.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
There's a gentleman over here that's asking a question in an effort to get around the room. You, sir? Yeah, no, I'm pointing right at you. Yep, you're touching your chest. No, okay.
That's a great question. Will there ever be a Chewbacca movie? What do you say? Should we see a Chewbacca? I'm in. If they ever make a Chewbacca, and it could be called, that will be the name of the movie, and it will take place in, and it will include and they're battling it out.
Wow.
Yeah, second part? Sorry. How did it fit?
How did it feel flying the Millennium Falcon?
Oh, flying the Millennium Falcon.
Because you did do that.
Yes, I've done it now in a couple of movies, and it's always very cool to be filming those scenes. Regrettably, they're also very hot scenes to film because Millennium Falcon is very tight, cramped space, and it's not easy to get any fans there. I will tell you, the only way to get a fan breeze out there is by shooting the fan from the, because where our feet are, there's a hole in the cockpit, so they can shoot some air through that. But it's, yeah, back to the question, it's very cool to be flying the Falcon because you get to, pretend, and it's very easy to make yourself look cool when you're pretend flying. You can flip a switch, do a grunt, turn around, look intently at a switch that does nothing, but pretend that it's. So acting is very fun in the Millennium Falcon cockpit, and it doesn't take much, but like someone once said, you still need to have a great script, and luckily the scripts have been so amazing and given me lots to do while we're filming. So it's been great. Thank you so much.
This young man's had his arm up. He's going to get a cramp. So.
Okay, yeah.
What's your favorite creature in The Last Jedi?
Last Jedi. I think I will have to say my favorite creatures were the porgs. Yeah, because they made those porgs. They based them off of the puffins that live on the island of Michael Skellig. Is it Michael Skellig? I think it was. And because there were so many of them when they first filmed there, they established that there were these animals on the island, so they had to paint over the bottom part of the puffin animals. They invented this creature, and I thought that was a great ingenuity moment for that they used something that's in real life and mixed and matched, used creativity to make those animals. That was great.
Perfect. Now we'll go to the other side of the room. The lady right there. Yep.
Have you watched the Christmas special?
He did.
I haven't watched it. I I did watch the intro one day, and yeah, I didn't want to watch anymore.
It's coming back.
I think they should not re-release it if they're planning to do so. No, nobody's talked about that. But no. I think it's good that we have new movies coming up.
Very political. Well
Yeah.
done. Well done. Actually, that lady right back there had the question. You, yes, you.
My son had a question.
Oh, your son. Okay.
Is there only one Chewbacca or so many?
There are two people who have played Chewbacca. One of them is the original actor of Chewbacca, Peter Mayhew, and the other one is me. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Yesterday at the booth, you saw Chewbacca, and I thought that costume was great, but he was not Peter Mayhew or me. He was one of the 501sters, and
That's
he's
correct.
what's his name?
Sean Sullivan.
Sean Sullivan. Forget that name. I'm just kidding. But he was great because people wanted to take a picture all the more because Sean was there, and he had brought his own suit. And I suspect he's brushing it out and cleaning it right now, which goes to show how much care goes into taking care of these things.
You'd be very correct.
Yeah.
And your question? Yes, you.
I actually got two.
Imagine that.
What is your favorite droid in this series?
My favorite droid is probably the one that I thought was a walking fridge, the Gonk droid. That was also from the childhood. I was like, I just wanted to open, but later I learned it doesn't open. It's not a fridge. It's more like a battery, right? Who knows what the Gonk droid does? Or does it just walk? Yeah. Battery? Yeah. So
I heard from behind the scenes that BB-8 is an actual robot that you remote control. Have you ever tried to remote control BB-8?
that's funny because when we're filming, the amount of how do you say fine controlling BB-8 requires a man, which is usually Brian Herring. He has these rods that are attached with like green rods that go underneath BB-8, and he's the one controlling BB-8 because you can't. They after we filmed episode 7 with only that method, it was only after that they invented how to do the magnetic BB-8 that you see on the red carpet, for example. That one cannot be used too often in filming because you need to do such tight turns, and if any of you have had that little remote iPhone controlled BB-8, it like wobbles a lot from side to side, and that's what happens when you don't have the rod controlled BB-8 mechanism. I don't know my terms. I'm just
You're doing a great job.
Yeah.
You're doing a great
but
job.
A lot of people go on to make that work, and it's awesome. BB-8 is great.
I'm seeing an arm that's been poking up for quite some time over there. Yes, you.
Another two-part question.
Yeah,
Another-
well, I'm going to
yeah.
bet on a two-part question,
Okay.
but we'll see. Let's find out. You're up. Wow.
Wow. Let's give it an applause to this question.
Hold on, what was that question again? A little louder?
Has Peter challenged me to a duel?
Is that like
I
pistol?
accept. No, Peter hasn't, but he did give me a week-long Wookiee boot camp where he taught me how to carry the chest, how to bop the head, how to walk like a Wookiee. He taught me all those things, and it was a week-long, and there was some footage filmed, so Vader, my nemesis. They're here for the money I owe them.
Yeah. I kind of forgot. You see, when I was asking you questions,
Yeah.
you kind of said, you know what? I'd like a pizza. So,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
we wanted to make sure a Hawaiian pizza arrived.
They asked for payment. They asked I can pay by pledging myself to the dark side and the cause of the Imperial Army, and that's what I did. After this, I'm traveling to the Imperial base in California and start my training there. Thank you so much.
You asked
Thanks,
for pizza.
Darth.
You asked for pizza. You get pizza.
I wasn't serious. I'm just kidding.
How would I know?
Guess I'll have to eat it now so that it doesn't go to waste.
Dive
Or
right in.
actually,
I'm not gonna stop.
anybody hungry for pizza? You, first questioner. First two, you invented the two-part question. You can have this pizza. Come here.
Wow. You're out of luck.
Darth, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good. You
Yeah.
did that really
Yeah.
well.
It's pineapple.
You get the whole pizza.
There's a Coke.
There you go. May the force be with you.
Hey. Okay, you can go to your seat. This is my panel.
Yeah. Nice try. We have a
Thank you,
question.
dude.
We have a question.
Oh, he only asked his two questions,
He got his questions out.
and he got a pizza for it.
We
So.
have a question from the silver hat in the back. It's shiny. It's flashing me in the eye.
How nervous were you the first time you got into the tuning suit working with Harrison?
I have such a head that it's even in basketball. I've never really, when the time comes that I'm supposed to do something, I get so excited that I forget how nervous I am. And on the day, on my first day, I was so excited to work with Harrison that I didn't feel nervous at all. And it led to Harrison admitting that he thought I was the funniest man in Finland. JJ said, he's pretty funny, that guy. I looked at Harrison and I was like, yeah, haven't you heard? He's the funniest man in Finland. It was so funny to hear that. He doesn't know that I don't work in stand-up comedy. But let's not tell him, because I like the fact that Harrison thinks I'm the funniest.
This young man's going to get a cramp in his arm.
But yeah, hey, wait, okay, let me, did I
Qualified.
answer the question?
Oh.
Did that answer the question?
Did you get an answer you feel satisfied with?
Yeah, I was pretty nervous.
My second question.
Forget it.
I love your signature. How did you come up with the little Chewie at the end of your signature?
That is cool.
I had some help from. I was brainstorming, and my team, which includes me and my good friend, who's going to be the best man at my wedding, He came up with the idea, actually. So Heikka is his name. Thank you, Heikka, for yeah, it's pretty awesome. Thank you. I mean, I would have come up with it myself in a couple of days. I just didn't have the time. I was too busy, you know. But yeah. Also, the question about the nervousness. I was so nervous that when I first met Harrison, I've told this many times. I told Mr. Harrison, geez, I'm so happy to work in this film. You know, I wasn't even born when you guys made these films. And he said something like this, I don't like this guy. Get me somebody older. But he was kidding, of course.
Of course he was.
After that, there was always a security guard between me and him, except when we were filming. And I never talked to him since. So maybe he took it the wrong way. I'm just kidding.
I wonder if that means something.
No, I'm just kidding. He
This
took it
young
well.
man's gonna get a cramp.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Go ahead.
touch your shoulder. One part question or two?
He went on to
One
invent the
part.
3-part question. He got a cramp from.
Don't drop that.
Oh, sorry.
One part.
Your reaction when you found out that you were a mom?
What?
What he said.
A lock?
What
When
was your question? One
When I
more
found
time?
out
Your reaction when you found out that you were a mom?
A mop.
a mop.
A mop.
Oh, I thought a mom, because I recently became a dad, and I thought you and your dad could have a discussion.
Wow.
But a mop. You know what? The mop was actually me and my dad's code word for this role when I was before, like about 3.5 years ago, when I got to know that I was going to play Chewbacca, and I called my dad, Dad, I'm going to play Chewbacca. And then because I was so paranoid about like it going out, so I okay, Dad, from now on we only use the word mop, and we talk about this role and refer it to as the mop business. And yeah, but is that something you wanted to know? Or what was the? Is that
How did you
what?
feel being a mop, I think was the question.
I felt it felt awesome. I had some sleepless nights because I was so pumped about getting to play this character. It's changed my life really, and I couldn't be more grateful for Peter for accepting me as his follower. How do you say?
Successor.
Yes. English
We got your
101.
back. We got your back.
Wasn't there.
No
yeah.
problem.
But yeah, it was amazing, and hopefully we'll see the mop come on screen many times.
My daughter calls your character the big fuzzy teddy bear, so that's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna go to you in the front row because you're gonna get a cramp too. Don't worry.
What is your favorite Disney movie?
That's great. I recently received from the generous Disney people, I received a catalog of all the Disney animated classics in Blu-ray. And I looked at that, and it also included the Pixar. We got a separate catalog of Pixar Blu-rays, and it's one of the most greatest gifts that I've ever gotten. And my favorite is probably Aladdin. Yeah, Aladdin. Yeah, it's great. Thank you.
To the back of the room, you sir, with your hand up. Yes, you. Imagine that.
Out of all the films, it was probably, really? You're cold? That was great because it was said by some director who I won't name, whose name is JJ, that he thinks I'm a professional.
What?
Joke man, not an actor, but professional. No, just kidding. No, yeah. Second question. In the future, use your second part of your question for good, like this man. My favorite part of being Chewbacca is when some person not quite different from your age comes to visit the set, and they get to meet Chewbacca, and Chewbacca grabs them and lifts them in the air, and they take a picture. Those are my favorite moments, because the kids who don't cry out and escape from fear and manage to dig the courage to stay and take that picture are my favorites. And it's great when kids come visit the set, and that's my favorite. Those are some of my favorite moments. Aside from seeing the film itself in the premiere, that's also pretty awesome. But when we're filming and the days get long, because they're 10-hour days, and you shoot for many months, and those moments just like give you a sort of an escape from the actual work side of things. But actually playing Chewbacca doesn't feel that much like work. But always you get, you want different experiences, and those visits from kids who often come through the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and it's very, at the same time, sad, but it's also, I think it gives us all hope that there's good in this world,
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Now, I've been given the 5-minute warning. I have 5 minutes left. Therefore, there's a person with blue hair that's been staring me down, and I want to make sure you get your opportunity out of fear.
You knew I was going to say that, didn't you? How did you know? Can you read minds?
It's the blue hair. It's the blue hair.
Okay. Yeah, my favorite all-time character, other than Chewbacca, well, I have to say all-time favorite might be Luke Skywalker. He was the one I wanted to be because I had blonde hair when I was a kid, and I saw myself being Luke Skywalker. Then I learned that I was a head taller than everybody else, and it would probably look pretty stupid if Luke Skywalker was this tall, elongated man, and Obi-Wan would be, trust your feelings, it's true, Luke. It would look pretty stupid, so I gave up that dream, and 20 years later, I became Chewbacca. Sometimes it's sometimes it's pretty awesome.
Wrap up time. I see Batman, and Batman keeps putting his hand up. So
Okay.
Give me your best question.
In the Solo film? Yeah. That's what we were filming last year. Ron Howard directed it, and it's going to be great. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's going to be a daring buddy adventure. Han meets Chewie. They go off on an adventure. I won't tell you anything else because otherwise I won't be.
Spoiler alert.
What? Yeah. I won't tell you anything else. Did I just spoil something? Good.
Han Solo meets Chewie. Got it.
Can you call Disney and tell them I did not spoil anything?
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. I did not meet George Lucas, but guess what? I'm going to the Skywalker Ranch. I get to go there. I won't tell you when, but I get to go visit the Skywalker Ranch. I'm pretty excited for that.
Third.
Third question is that are you going to be fighting off any of the Startroopers?
Am I-
Use your bow and arrow, your laser. Are you going to shoot some of the Startroopers off in the movie?
Stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers, yeah.
That's right. Yes. He met stormtroopers, and we have to see. I can't wait for you guys to see it, and let's hope. Let's hope.
I'm afraid, ladies and
One
gentlemen.
more question. Come on, don't be. They know.
Okay,
They know
fine.
I'm the funniest man in
Okay,
Finland. They
fine.
wanna. you know.
You pick the person. I've been told to
All
shut
right.
you down, but you are in charge.
All right. Can I get a big Wookiee impersonation from all who wanna? Yeah, you sir. I heard it was quite high pitched from you know the real Wookiee sound, but hey, kudos for the effort. Shoot.
He's got Finnish heritage.
Really?
Well, that explains it.
So hey, he's not my cousin. I assure you. So, go on. What do I think? Well, I can tell you, what do I think about the new Han Solo movie? I really much enjoyed making it. Can't tell you anything that's going to happen in it, other than that it's going to take part in the, it's going to take us through the underworld of the galaxy a little bit. You know, we'll get to see some of the criminal side of the galaxy. I don't think we've seen too much of that in the Star Wars films, and I can't wait for to see your guys' reaction to the movie. It's gonna be awesome. Seeing how Han and Chewie met. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. They're starting to steal his luggage, so we have to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching the Convention Junkies coverage of the 2018 Toronto ComiCon. Please like, comment and subscribe to see more. If you would like to help us with future projects, please visit our Patreon page.